Hey guys, Rob Mitchell here for a short little mini trading webinar on developing a trading system, using good tools. Day trading, simple trading systems, the power of simplicity and applied trading systems. I'm going to show you how to make simple systems because in all my decades of doing it, the simple ones are the ones that work, So, first off, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. There's a risk of loss trading futures. Don't use the grocery money for trading. In these videos, I'm going to show you the principles that make a system work. People ask me sometimes, oh, hey, Rob, why don't you offer me a trading system that you sell to everybody? I don't do that, and there's a reason why. If a system's worth its salt, if you say it's worth its salt, then if somebody sells it, it's done. So we don't do it that way. What we do is we in these videos, we show you how to do it. We tell you what components you can build it out of. You can use things like Bloodhound if you want to do a little bit of automation. But these systems work. The principles behind them are simple. The principles behind them are solid. And so in this particular video, I'm going to show you how to make a simple system with smart dynamic envelope, smart momentum, smart trap trader oscillator, smart price bands, and smart super Renko. These are the things that you're going to see on the chart. We're going to use smart trade markers for analysis and testing. Now, like I said before, all my decades of trading systems, I've been doing trading systems, computerized trading systems since 1991. That's a lot of years, The ones that work and continue to work are the simplest, but they have to be based on things that work, There must be a known reason why your trading system works. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why it works. I'm going to show you what we're putting on the screen and everything. I'm going to tell you why it works, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it because there's no need to. It's so straightforward, It's so straightforward. Okay, trading rules, okay? The smart price bands on the chart, we're going to see the chart here in a second. I've got a whole bunch of charts for this, The smart price bands, you're going to see the black over the cyan, and you're going to see the white below the red, and it's been cleared, okay? It means you're beyond it, And then you're going to see a background color on the chart that's based on the smart dynamic envelopes and the smart momentum. You're going to see that on the chart, red to sell, green to buy, And if ABC cycling, it's like where the price is going higher, ABC going higher. You could call it 1, 2, 3 cycling if you wanted to, And I'll discuss that a little bit more. And then tiny needles on the trap trader oscillator on the first reversal bar, Now, what's a tiny needle? It's less than half the zone, So I'm going to show you that too. Super easy, super easy. And we're going to do this in the E-mini S&P, E-mini S&P futures, okay? So the theory, before we get to the chart, let's cover these things. So when I cover the chart, you'll go, oh, I get it, If you need to pause the video and go back over this, the theory is important, right? Because that's why it works, And the way that the smart patterns trading tools work is based on principles that already work together. And so you can put combinations together that work pretty easily and get just, literally like thousands of different trading systems if you wanted to. It's super important to focus on the one. It's super important to focus on the one that you're going to focus on and not try and do 10 at the same time. So first off, theory, why it works. The trend attracts traders. That's that ABC cycling, the smart price bands, etc. The trend attracts traders to go with it. If the market starts moving up, what do you think when the market starts going up? You're like, oh, I don't want to get left behind, right? So traders hop on board with it. If it starts going down, ABC down, traders hop on board with it. The trend attracts traders. In fact, about 70 to 80% of a trading system is related to this, unless you're developing a counter trend trading system. This is a trend trading system that we're doing here. Immediate order flow is directional and concentrated. Tiny needle, on the reversal bar, okay? This is a confirmation. This is the theory, right? This is the confirmation that traders are present in my direction on the entry in concentrated intention, concentrated intention. This is a form of order flow momentum. Order flow momentum. There's a high density in a small space, okay? Super important. This is a simple concept. It's a simple concept, but it really works, okay? So various settings that I'm using here aren't critical. Yeah. In fact, I'm just using on the trader oscillator, just using the default settings. Yeah, for needles. Yeah. And so use your own settings. Yeah. Please don't send me an email, Rob, what you set this to, that to. Why? I already told you that. I don't want to give an exact setting to 400 trillion people, and then, you know, it doesn't work as well, right? So I'm happy to share this with you. You can use your own settings, and you'll get the same result, but you won't have the exact same result as everyone else. And so what does that do? It distributes it, and it doesn't ruin the system. Yeah. So there's a saying that we use in the trading room: test before you trade, and trade the way you test. Yeah. You can use smart trade markers for that. Highly recommended. You know, it's not an inexpensive tool. It's a very boutique, extremely powerful tool for testing and getting metrics on your trading system, so that you know that you're going to get that in the future. Yeah. And you know exactly how much you have to play with, etc. Super important. You don't need that. Yeah, you don't need it. But boy, you can do a whole heck of a lot of analysis and getting down to the nitty gritty in an extremely short period of time with a tool like that. Yeah, so that's the point of it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start going through some charts. I did a couple of days here. There's like a lot of trades on here. There's a lot of trades on here. Yeah. Okay, so what was the rule? The rule is the white's below the red, the background's red. Yeah, you don't even need to look. This panel right here, it just like put that right away. You wouldn't even have to have it there. But this is what it looks like on the momentum. The momentum's in a breakout to the downside. Yeah. So you got momentum, you got price action, trend, and then you get what? You get the tiny needle right there. You get the tiny little magenta needle right there on the reversal. Yeah. You get it again. Now, what did I tell you was the needle size? The smaller the better, but I want them to be about half the size of half of the zone here. So that half the zone is from there to there, from the midpoint to the out of bounds line. I want these needles to be no bigger than about that one right there. Yeah, no bigger than about that one right there. How come I didn't buy right there? Because I want that black one to be above. And so I don't get a buy over here. Could you trade that? Sure you could, but that's not the system that we're doing here. Yeah. And then over here you buy again. Buy again. Next out, it's 7:10 a.m. This is on the E-mini S&P futures. Yeah. Nice tiny needle right there. Green, black above. Yeah. Red below over here. Yeah. And you get a nice tiny needle over here. Yeah. How about over here? No, needle's too big. Yeah, needle's too big. Be careful if the needle's too big. Why? It tells you that you can flip the theory sentence on its head and say, if the needle's too big right there for this particular application, then there's too much fluctuation going on within the space. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. Next one here. Yeah. Oh, nice tiny needle. Tiny needles. Yeah, that's what I say. Tiny needles. There's the green background. Yeah. Here it goes red. Yeah. How come I'm not taking these over here? Needle's too big, and the white's not below the red. Now, this brings up a point. This is not part of the theory, but this brings up a point that these things are toggling against one another. Now, we could talk about that for a week, but we don't need to. It's not a necessary part of the understanding of the system. Yeah. So it turns green over here. You get the black above the cyan there, and you get a reasonably tiny needle right there, or you could have come into it over here possibly, but I didn't. I'll wait for that. Could have I entered that one right there? Sure, could have. Another, tiny needle. Yeah. Oh, that one shouldn't have been on there. Well, I'll tell you what it was. It was supposed to be right there. Sometimes trade markers, I have it set to 10 seconds. And trade markers won't mark that unless I had 10 seconds in there. And so what it did was it shifted it to the right. But if you'd fired that, it would have been just fine. Would have been just fine. Yeah. When you get this inside kind of stuff over here, a system like this, because it's toggling like I just described, it'll keep you out of it. That'll keep you out of it. You're looking for these things to be splaying apart, and you're looking for nice, tiny needles. Nice, tiny needles. It flips and goes on the upside. These are sequential, by the way. Yeah, then you go up, and then it goes down, and then it goes up. Now, let me make another point here briefly, because this is super important. We're scanning through all these things, all these trades. Now, a lot of people, aspiring traders might just automatically think, oh, I got to get all that. No, you don't. You only need a couple of these. Yeah. So this is what I was saying earlier. Focus on the one thing and make sure you understand the theory and the concepts behind it. Tinier needles, the better. For this particular kind of application, that's not always true. Depends on exactly what you're doing. Yeah, but tiny needles are a nice thing. Yeah. Tiny needles, red is the white's below the red. Yeah. Tiny needles going up, tiny needles going down, tiny needles going up, tiny needles going up. Yeah. Tiny needles. Yeah. Isn't this beautiful, the way the background colors toggle and gets you on the right side of the momentum? We were saying in the trading room, the smart momentum knows. What does this smart dynamic zones, smart momentum combination do for you? It enables you to front run the momentum. We have a thing that we talk about called orange theory in the trading room, for example, that we look at a smart momentum as a zone system. Smart dynamic envelopes automates that and makes it so that the zone system is not any longer a linear relationship. It is a non-linear relationship, so it can front run and do this kind of toggling here. Yeah. Momentum comes like this, and you get nice, tiny needles. Yeah, nice tiny needles. That one might have been a little bit, I think that one was supposed to be that one. Yeah, so I shifted that one to the right a little bit. Yeah, nice tiny needles. I love the tiny needles. White below, red, yeah, and ends up being a scalp. It banters about a bit. And when you're looking for the ABC, what you want to see is you want to see 3 lower red, basically, or 3 higher green reversals. That's another way of understanding that. Okay, so we're on the next day now. Yeah, nice tiny needles. I won't spend as much time on this one because I think we've covered most of the points. Yeah, covered most of the points. Yeah, and then this is the end of the day of the second day here. Yeah. So I didn't tally that up with a trade marker report, as I have done in many videos before. Yeah, but I think this probably racked up about $8,000 for the day, for the 2 days, and on a 3 lot. Yeah, in the E-mini S&P. Yeah. So what tools should we use to do this? We talked about a lot of theory. I want to make sure you understand the theory, because if you understand why it works, then you can do it. If you don't understand why it works, so super important. If you don't understand why your trading system works, you have trouble doing it. Yeah. But here I've described to you exactly why it works, and exactly I would recommend go over to IndicatorSmart if you haven't and read the home page there about the 4-quadrant trading system design, because that's what we're doing here. Okay, what are the trading tools we used here? Smart Super Renko price bars, the smart price bands, the Trader Oscillator Advanced, the smart momentum, the smart dynamic envelopes, and smart trade markers. All these indicators are from IndicatorSmart, developed by me, yeah, over the years, yeah. And other indicators in some of the packages, like the trading room pack or whatever, wouldn't have all these in it. The smart dynamic zones is not in that package, yeah. But you can put, the way the coupons work over there, you can put this together by choosing what you want and getting the best pricing with the way the coupons work now is really cool. Really cool. You can get a great deal. And if you're adding something too, you can also consider upgrading things. that you already have that might be old versions of indicators. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Smart and easy day trading system. Yeah. IndicatorSmart /shop is where you can find all the components that we used on this, including trade markers. I'd like to thank you for joining me for this video and giving me the opportunity to share something that I'm super passionate about. Yeah, super passionate about. Thank you, and we'll see you all on the next one.